Nissan Stadium across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville. Today, a good one in store. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Tennessee Titans. With my partner Greg Olson, Mike Tirico, Joey Sly, set to get this one going. Off we go from Nashville. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his third season as the Green Bay starter.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all, and ends up being taken down for a loss.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. That's to the left side and taken in by Golden. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
Remember what they just, Mike, leading up to this game, they said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. So out come the Titans, and they are led, Greg, by Cam Ward. Same alma mater as you, University of Miami, the #1 overall pick in this past April's draft.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, here's Ward. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there. And 3rd down coming up.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Throwing on third down, Ward. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
On fourth down, the former All-Pro Johnny Hecker out to punt for Tennessee. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. The Packers offense ready now for their second drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
Brings up second down.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. On play action, Love. They're going to work this down inside the 45. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
First down, Packers.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Roger McCreary in from the secondary, able to record the sack.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. We'll go play action with Love. That's caught by Golden, right side. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Roger McCreary up from his corner spot makes the play.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 9. Once again, it's Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Love. Exiting the pocket right. And he's got the first down. He'll slide to a stop and take it to 1st and goal. That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Mike, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. To the goal line and in. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Packers.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Julius Chestnut to bring it back. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Titans offense ready for their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Lockett headed in motion. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on 1st down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on 2nd down, but now after taking a loss on 1st and 2nd, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on 3rd down.
No help from those last 2 runs. It is 3rd and 13. To throw is Ward. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Across midfield, shot out of a cannon. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35. It's a big one for Tennessee to gain of 43 yards.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end, because I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
They get 15 on that game. 1st down for Tennessee.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Good run after a good run. This one for 14 yards and another 1st down. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Spear is in for a touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Joey Sly on now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Titans will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. In motion goes Dobbs. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the man. It's going to force third down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Titans offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
Out of the gun, Ward. Throw here down the field. It was fall. Incomplete. He was looking for Van Jefferson there. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
They send Ridley in motion. From the gun on third down. Ward. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Chig Okonkwo was the intended receiver. And now it's fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 50. The Packers are set to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Love firing to Golden. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Here's a short one, caught by Kraft. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. And we're back in Music City after this. We begin quarter number 2. The Packers have the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. To throw is Love. Look in the middle, that's Kraft. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
A gain there of 23 yards. 1st down, Packers.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
That one reeled in by Golden. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. A gain there of 11. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
1st down, Packers.
And this is really an area, Mike, that he excels in. He makes the right decision to keep the ball himself, and then when he hits the hole, he doesn't stop until he picks up the 1st down.
In motion, Reed. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
We spend so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
This one is caught by Reed. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this fourth down after failing on third. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jim Ray DK now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Play fake, now Ward to throw. He'll step up and run this.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. The middle, here comes Pollard, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Shotgun snap for Ward. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
That has to be a disappointing end to this drive. Just think, when they took the field on this possession, Mike, they're thinking they got a shot to go down there and take the lead, but they couldn't even get to midfield, let alone the end zone. If they end up getting another shot before halftime, they've got to find a way to have better execution than they did right here.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Packers offense and wideout Matthew Golden headed for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Run up the middle with Jacobs. Brought down at the 21, a gain of 1.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and
9. It is 2nd and 9. Throwing is Love. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. 3rd down coming up. To To throw is Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Now Love. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Pass caught right side by Kraft. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Why not go back to him? That one good for 20 yards and a first down.
Pre-snap, the quarterback loved that man matchup on his tight end, and a crossing route is a great man coverage beater. He's able to run away from the coverage, run to the far side of the field to a bunch of open grass. Ball's on target. Nice pickup.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and fast might have even lost a yard there.
Well, on the back of the previous play, Mike, we saw him have some success through the air. They try to change it up with a draw, but the defense wasn't having any of it. Didn't sell out for the pass. They're able to stop that one for a loss.
A second down throw for Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
To Josh Jacobs. It's a gain of 6. And it's third down.
Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Love. Open man, left side, he's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. Really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his...
And he's in! Josh Jacobs, touchdown, Green Bay.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
McManus on for the point after. He knocks it through. And the Packers will get out in front 17-7.
Titans 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Tim DK. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Titans offense back onto the field for their next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Now Ward gonna hold on to it, and he'll work forward for about 4. It's 2nd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short gain.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Ward. He'll run again.
It's a gain of 8. And the Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
These are the plays that just drive that are crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a 1st down.
And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete.
He's going to wish he had that one back. I think his receiver got behind the defense, Mike, and had a lot of room to run, but he just put a little too much on it, and they're not able to connect.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now it's Ward. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Edgerrin Cooper gets up for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
Sacks are drive killers. And again, sacks in my mind are more of a quarterback stat than they are an offensive line stat. You have to have a clock in your head to understand where the weakness of the protection is, where I got to go with the ball if I'm hot, and at the end of the day, just get the ball out of your hand.
Short one there to Okonkwo. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down.
But it's 4th down.
Two minutes to go here till halftime. We're back to Nashville in a moment. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. He's had things all his way in the 1st half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Here's a handoff to Jacobs, running left. And they're going to get him down right at the 25. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
And a Packer 1st down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
He's got it! And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's a pickup of 33. The defense bewildered. A rough start to this drive.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
Right back to Golden. He's got it again. And they will get the first down here and move into field goal range inside the 25.
First down, Packers.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Lowe to throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Love. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up. That's time out for Green Bay. It'll be their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Now it's McManus for the point after. It's up and good. And the Packers up their lead. It's now 24-7. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This taken at the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Titans offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's Ward. That caught Tony Pollard. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
That's complete to lock it outright. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half.
Second and inches at the 46-yard line.
Second and inches. Out of the gun, Ward. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
That's good.
You get so caught up defending all of these weapons all over the field, and it's sometimes really easy to forget about the back. And in this case, the quarterback does a nice job just dropping the ball off in his check down, and he lets him do the rest.
Here's 1st and 10. In motion, Okonkwo. Throwing again is Ward. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. Joey Sly comes on. They'll try the field goal here. This, about as short as you can get. Sly's pick is good. And the Titans are back within 2 scores. So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Chestnut. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Titans offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. To throw is Ward. This one not quite on target. Had him too much, and that one falls incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
3rd and 5. To throw is Ward. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A gain there of 10 yards. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
Titans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run. I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back, it looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Throwing is Ward. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
On 4th down, on is the veteran Joey Sly for the Titans field goal. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And they do not cut into the deficit.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Packers offense in wideout, Matthew Golden, headed for their next possession. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. In motion, Reed. On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. It's a short pickup, taking this to the 49. Draymond Jones able to bring him down.
1 yard gain.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
On 2nd down, Love. That is into the hands of Wicks. Dropped after a pickup of about 5.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Here's Love. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Wise decision, especially at this stage of the game. You certainly don't want to force something and let the other guys right back into the game.
On comes the Packers punting team.
For the Packers.
That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Spears to start the drive. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground, The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
2nd and 11. On the handoff, Pollard. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
It is 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap for Wolf. Got a man, it's Lockett. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line. That throw right on the money for the former Miami quarterback, and it's a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Pollard. He'll push forward for about a yard. Way Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Ward. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
For a Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
He'll run here with Pollard. Had to push through that one tackler, but he is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete. A pickup of 15 in the air. First down for Tennessee.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball, and while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry. Well, the best screenplays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Throwing, Ward. Here comes the screen to Spears. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
It is 3rd and long. They send Ridley in motion. Throwing on 3rd down, Ward. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And this is going to work out just fine. Kick goes out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The Packers offense in wideout, Matthew Golden, headed for their next possession. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. Off the play fake. Here's Love. That's Dobbs open left side. And they're going to get him down right at the 25. That's a gain of 19. And a very quick first down.
Now, so far here, points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And he'll get about 3 as he's forced out of bounds.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 7. Here's Jacobs. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
This is 3rd and 6. Now Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21. First down, Packers.
First down, Packers.
Ridiculous, take him out!
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second down throw for Love. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
the gun. It's Love. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Tucker Kraft was the intended receiver there. And it's going to be 4th down.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Chestnut. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Titans offense ready for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. From the gun, here's Ward. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Oh, he couldn't set his completes it anyway. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
13 yards on that pass play. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. It's one of those things that rookie quarterbacks just really struggle with early on in the NFL. If you just stare down your primary read, you're going to get yourself into a lot of trouble. So continue to work through your progressions, take what's there, find the open receiver, and with more reps, this is something that you have to imagine he's going to really improve at.
Again, it's Ward. Now, a deep ball here for Ridley. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. It's a big one for Tennessee. 35 yards.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
This one finds Lockett down the left side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
2nd and 3 at the 14-yard line.
Second down, they need 3. To the air again, Ward. Now a screen, here's Pollard. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
Ward now on third down. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
On fourth down, on is the veteran Joey Sly for the Titans field goal. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Titans are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Joey Sly
back out to kick this one away. But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Go play action with Love. Right side, catch made by Dobbs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
From the 43, here's second down and 9. Now here's a keeper on his own read. He is belted in the backfield. What a shot he took. It's going to be a loss of yardage. What a play.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down, or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he'll get about 5.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 4. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
A loss of 2 yards.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
At the 39-yard line.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. In motion, Okonkwo. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still 1st down.
They run it straight ahead with Collins. And he runs past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7.
A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Ward. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 8.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
He'll run the toss. Here's Pollard. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A pickup of 21 on that connection. 1st down for Tennessee.
1st down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And he'll give himself up here, but it's a gain of 5 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 5. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Now it's Ward. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
They've got to find a way to free him up, and whether that's moving him around the formation or using some pre-snap motion to get him better looks, but right now it's been a lot of double coverage, it's been a lot of tight windows, and if they're going to have more success today on the offensive side of the ball, especially in the passing game, this offensive play caller needs to be more creative freeing him up.
He's going to run it. It's a gain of 13, and it's 1st and goal.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there.
He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
Now, first and goal. Here's Ward. And he will score! Game on! Cam Ward, touchdown Tennessee. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Sly now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Titans will cut the deficit to 7.
Packers 27, Titans 20.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Hardman now to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw is Love. That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
12 at the 31-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. They'll drop to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And he's going to be knocked down hard in the backfield. Lost on the play, and it's going to bring up 4th down. What a hit.
And out. It's 4th down.
Packers set to kick this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. This is 1st and 10. Here's Pollard. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Edgerrin Cooper on the stop. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd down at the 29-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down. They'll run with Pollard. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Line of scrimmage.
A lot of times the success of a draw depends on the defensive ends, Mike, rushing the passer. In this case, a great job by the defensive end. He initially reads pass, but then he determines that it's going to be a draw. He quickly adjusts, and he's able to tackle the running back for a loss.
He's got his tight end. That's a Okonkwo. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their second as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Final minute, one timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Wolf. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Short one there to Okonkwo. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Ward to throw again. That one underneath the Pollard, and that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here, and they stop it with 22 ticks left on the clock here in the 4th.
At the 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36. Throwing again is Ward. Open right side is Okonkwo.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Throwing, Ward. That's deep for the back of the end zone. It's a touchdown! They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute.
Mike, I know everyone has their opinions about whether to kick it or go for 2, but my honest opinion is I don't even think there's a decision to be made. I'm keeping my offense on the field. We've practiced all week for our gotta-have-it 2-point play. Dial it up. Do not play for overtime. Win this game now in regulation.
And now the decision is go for 2. That's a gutsy call, and really, in effect, it's ball game right here. They'll run. This is for the lead. And he's not going to get there. They stop him short, and this remains a 1-point game.
Mike, this is the right call. I know it didn't necessarily work out for them in this case, but with this little amount of time left, try to end the game in regulation. Don't force this thing to overtime. They get that 2-point play. Barring a miracle, they win. They end up coming up short, but I still think it's the right play.
In need of a recovery and a quick field goal. Here comes the onside kick.
That was their last shot. They've got no timeouts left. Now the offense could just simply come take the field. Best play in football, Mike. Victory formation, take a couple knees, get on with the win.
Love will take a knee. That ought to do it. So a win here for the visiting Packers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.